Shalom. Call Halam La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Haracha'a Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and sincerity. They steered us well and they rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. May the blessing of election be upon your house. This is the brother Zion Amawan coming at you with another lesson to feed the lambs through the Holy Spirit. Haracha'a Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and to the point. In this lesson, we're going to get into the destruction of Babylon. All right, the destruction of Babylon. All right, and it has been written aforetime for our learning. All right, all of the prophecies, what to do, what not to do, because it all boils down to the day of the Lord. And the day of the Lord, all right, it's going to be in the time of World War III when the missiles dropping, you know. That's the last trump. When the missiles and controlled fire from the chariots, all right, Yahweh Shai is going to make his grand entrance. And he going to work his way west, man. All right. You know, and whoever is in the military, they have been called to war. They have been called to die, man, because they are going to get front row tickets, front row seats, lack of better words, to the second coming of our Lord and our deliverance. Lord willing, we are part of that number, you know. Now the scriptures say that the stars of heaven is going to fall. Matter of fact, let's watch this video one more time and then we'll get some precepts. Woo, and it stopped on 1414. Now, can't make this up, man. The Lord about to destroy this place. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me go on the blue letter real fast. Right quick. Hold on. Let's go to the classic. We all know this one. It's the classic, right? We got Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day coming, right? All right. The day of the Lord, man. The day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light, man. Okay? You're going to see thermonuclear fire from, you know, dropping down, just like exactly what you just seen. But check this out. You don't want to see our Lord Yahweh Shai on the ground. You want to see our Lord in the air where it's safe. You're under the shadow of the Almighty. You understand? You want to be in the fathership. You don't really want to be on the ground, because if you're on the ground on the day of the Lord, you're done. Just like you seen that one guy or person, whoever it was like a video, like an AI video of the missiles dropping, but that's just giving you a vivid picture, all right, visual, all right, of what's to come to Babylon, man, okay, which is America. For behold, the day coming that shall burn as an oven, you know, those ICBM missiles, okay, and the ICBM missile is an intercontinental ballistic missile. It'll be shot from the ends of the earth, man. Just like how the scriptures go into it, Lord will, we'll get it. Okay, that's 1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit per missile, because there's warheads inside those missiles. And you see the warheads was peppered in the sky, but it's going to be more than that. The scriptures go into 200,000. It's going to be 200 million missiles coming simultaneously hitting, all right, pelting the grounds, all right, of Babylon the Great, turning it into a wasteland, turning it into a desert, okay, so to speak, for like lizards, desert creatures, things of that nature. This place is, you're not even gonna know where east and west is at on this place, man. It's gonna be wiped clean, desolate. That shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. You know, proud is going into pride. Pride is when you just lack fear, and don't this place push pride. You know, this is Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up. You see? Death by pain. You know, the scriptures go into that. They got to get death by pain, man, because all of the bullshit that our people do, okay, under the rebellion and wickedness of Esau Edom, because our people operate through the rebellion, through the wickedness of Esau, which is these, starting with these elite bankers all the way on down, you know. But it all starts with them, because the scriptures say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, you know. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. You see? See, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to destroy this entire infrastructure. He's going to bring it all the way down. You know, he's going to bring their strength to the earth, is what the scriptures say in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. You know, matter of fact, let's go to Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 11. It reads, Salakia, bear with me. Second Ezra 16 and verse 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, and the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. You hear that? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Okay? So let's deal with the first part of 13, because the point is in 13. It say, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. Okay? There's three ways that there is like multiple ways, but these are the main three that is used. You have a silo that is in the ground. You know, it looks like a bunker, but it's not. It's a silo. A missile is in it, like a bullet. You know, like an arrow in its quiver. You know, and then the silo door will open up, and then the missile will pop up, catch fire and ignite, and shoot to his intended target. Okay? GPS coordinates is already installed in the thing. Google search how many ICBM missiles is aimed at America, and you will see. These shall hate the horror and burn her with fire. Eventually, they're gonna say fuck it and just bomb this place, man. Because of the atrocities, the wicked wine that is being pushed throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright? These elites use America to push that wicked wine across the four corners of the earth. You know? And also, in the neck, you know what I'm saying, to stay on track, the second way to shoot an ICBM missile is off a submarine. They got submarines and shit. Trump, he just sent a few submarines over there to Russia, and they are sitting in striking distance. And they are, and these submarines have nuclear capabilities. So basically, they'd be like 30 feet to 40 feet up underwater. And then just like, you know what I'm saying, the first silo that I have vividly described, it's going to be the same thing. It pops out of the water, whoop, ignite, bam, going to wherever it's going. All right? And when you send them motherfuckers off, they ain't going to come back. You know? They ain't going to come back. Once you hit that button, you made a decision. You know? And then the third way is off a truck. You know? If you Google search Russia and all of their ICBM missiles, you will see they got theirs on a truck. It's like 4 to like 10 trailer long type of trucks with like 3 rows of tires and shit. You know, like it's a big ass fucking truck, long ass truck. And what it do is it'll load it up, it'll straight up launch it, kind of like a have y'all ever popped the fireworks, like the little rocket things where you put a little damn, what they call them, bottle rockets? That's what it's like a bottle rocket, but like off the truck though. You know, that's the third way. For strong is the right hand that bent up the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. You know? Have you ever looked at the aesthetic of an arrow and look at, you know what I'm saying, the aesthetic of a missile? Whether it's a cruise missile, I don't give a fuck what type of missile it is. You know? But the ICBM missiles, okay, it looked exactly like a cruise missile. The cruise missile looked exactly like an ICBM missile. It looks like an arrow that has wings on the back and it got a sharp point. You know? But that sharp point got warheads in it. I think like 10 to 15 of them. You know? And it's like hundreds of thousands of pounds. Alright, metric tons of TNT, man. You know? So it's gonna blow some shit up. And those other warheads gonna be setting off other warheads, because those warheads really don't hit the ground and pelt it, wham. Like, no, it don't hit it like a knob. It blows up like 1,000 feet to 2,000-3,000 feet above its target, to where you get the perfect fireball and you can get maximum damage. You know, so don't think those ICBM missiles gonna be literally hitting the ground. Like, no, it's gonna blow up, but it's gonna blow up above the target to where the fireball will melt some shit. You know, and like kilometers out, you can be like 30 to 40 kilometers out. You can be hundreds of miles out. Guess what? That it will make the air catch on fire still. Everything catches on fire. So don't think like, well, shit, man, I'm 200-300 miles away, man, I'm straight. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can't run from none of this. So that little prepper bunker, you know, that your prepper, you know, it's a relative made that's 50 feet in the ground, that's not gonna work, man. All right. It's gonna leave craters. That's a lot of TNT, man. And it say, and shall not miss. Right. It ain't gonna miss. It got GPS coordinates in it, you know? You know, it has a location. You know, like this silo might be aimed at this part of America. This one might be aimed at this, you know. They all have a coordinate. They all have its intended target. It all is going to be fired with conviction. When they began to be shot into the ends of the world, right? Shot to the ends of the world, man. You know, just like you seen in the video. You know, where the fuck you think they came from? You know, it wasn't America. Obviously, it was somewhere else. All right, and the scriptures go into Russia. All right, which is that bear. You know, and the scriptures go into how the Lord is going to use Esau to destroy himself, man. Esau's blessing is the sword. You know, his blessing is the sword, man. By his blessing being the sword, the Lord is going to let him destroy himself with it, with the blessing that was given to him. All right, by the sword thou shalt live, right? But if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. By the sword, you shall die. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord is using Esau and this technology that the Lord gave him, you know, to destroy himself. You know, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah gave every single nation of people a chance to rule. All right, Assyrians, this is your chance. And the Lord is going to make it to where they drop the ball. Because that's going to justify Yashar Allah, all right, being a perpetual royal priesthood. We ain't going to be on the ground no more. We ain't going to be Lazarus at the gate, you know, covered with sores up under the curses. Our iniquity is accomplished. That's why our spiritual priorities have to be in check. You know, fight more, keep fighting, you know, because all of these niggas out here in these streets, you know, and that goes for Jake, because I'm only talking to Jake, because you got a lot of niggas out here, man, and they do a lot of nigga shit. Excuse my Brazilian Portuguese. The Lord gonna kill them, man. The Lord is certain to punish them. And how can the Lord punish them? He gonna whoop them with the buckle of that damn belt. Belt to ass. His belt to ass, man. You know? And the Lord gotta put belt to ass with these missiles. Because that's when Jake gonna understand, like, hey, now I understand. You know, with the 2/3, feeling is learning. You know, with the 2/3, feeling is learning. Now I have verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent. You hear that? And shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Right. So once they gone, so once those missiles gone, they gone. The only time they gonna return is somewhere else on the ground. Okay, somewhere else blowing up somewhere. You know. So when these world leaders, all right, when they press that button, just know it was serious. But it's Yahweh while Yahweh Shah putting the spirit on them to hit that button. Okay? The only one that knows when the Lord coming back is Yahweh. He the only one. So Yahweh gonna have to put the spirit on these elite people and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then Yahweh Shah on the way. And Yahweh Shah gonna, he's gonna be here speedily. It ain't like, you getting picked up by Jake. He like, hey, be outside, and he 25 minutes away. Like, no, it ain't gonna be that. When Yahweh say, Yahweh Shah, go and get my children. Yahweh Shah, boom, he here. It ain't no waiting. Even though that we are all longing for each other, the angels is longing for us. Yahweh is longing for us. Yahweh Shah is longing for us, and we longing for them. We all waiting on each other, honestly. Honestly, we all waiting on each other. We suffering, and Yahweh Shah is suffering for watching us suffer. You know what I'm saying? Even the angels, man, they suffering with us, man. That pain you be feeling, man, on the inside and everything, that pain, all, man, just dealing with the elements of Babylon the Great. Man. Anyway, I don't want to get off the subject. Now it's verse 15. It say, this fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right, man? It's going to blow up everything. It's going to consume everything. It's going to make everything desolate like a desert. All right. Now let's go to Jeremiah 51 real fast. I got Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Right. See, every kingdom has to have its end. Kingdoms rise, kingdoms fall. Empires rise, empires fall. All right. That's just how it go. But our empire, Yashar Allah, which is Israel, Prince of the Power, that's you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We are not going to be in a fallen, quote-unquote, state. Or our empire isn't going to fall anymore. Our rulership, kingdom, isn't going to fall no more. When Yahweh Shah touch down, that's it. Curses his office. And that Deuteronomy 30:7, which you slowly see, slowly but surely jumping on these heathens. The curse is going to fall upon these other nations. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her. If so, she may be healed. Man, you can't heal this place. That's like you trying to make a rotten apple fresh again. It's over. That's like you trying to put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound or something. It's not gonna work, man. You can't put Neosporin on Babylon and trying to heal it. Let's try to salvage what we can in this place and make it better or make it great again. That's the bomb right there. You try to make it great again. You try Let me stop, man. If so, be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right. You can't heal this place. This place did enough dirt. This place did so much dirt, you don't even know about it. You know? And you got a lot of these soldiers too, man. Like, man, I forgot his name. Shit. I think they call him the Reaper, but he a jank. I think he a Benjamite. He like a light-skinned brother with like dreadlocks. And, you know, he was a so-called decorated sniper. And he was, and look, he the one that said himself on record that they was over there stealing gold and all that type of shit. They wasn't over there for no weapons of mass destruction. They was over there for gold and riches and stuff like that. And they was taking that shit, and they was a part of the lie. They heard the lie, and now they was acting in the lie. And then when he came back, he crying and shit, feeling all bad. But man, you was a part of it. You know? Know why you mad? Anyway. Babylon, right here, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country. And you seeing that now. You got these foreigners that come over here and say, America, America, Donald Trump, America, I love America, Donald Trump. All them type of motherfuckers, they are literally packing their bags and they going right back to where the fuck they was born from. You know, they going right back to the house. Because they know that America is not beneficial to them no more. They already made their little money. They made their little riches. Now they going about their business. You know? And when they get thick, all right, when you start seeing, because mind you, World War III technically started. It's like a lot of firefights and stuff like that. It just haven't got into the missile part. But it's boots on the ground. It's boots on the ground. You know? You see little battles here and there, but it ain't on the level where there's a draft and all that type. No, it ain't touched that level yet. Once they hit that level, you know, like, hey, it's World War III. But it's the beginning stages of it, though. Now, everything is getting set up. All right, all of the directions, all of the briefings, everything have been set in place. All right, to where now they can go and act on it. And they do a lot of threats towards each other. And you know, a threat turned into a squabble every time. Babylon, it say, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven. Right, man, they gonna be scared. They gonna be like, hey, man, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just want to eat my sesame cake. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of Hamites over here, man. You know, like a lot of Somalis and all that. You got a lot of Hamites over here, man. You know, you got a lot of Ethiopians over here where I'm at. You know, man, they be owning these gas stations and shit. You know, and they overcharge you for everything. And they're like, you know, they charge your card extra for stuff. I don't know, man, they some scammers, man. They are sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Or, you know, try to be. But it say, and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right. You know, because you're going to have it to where you got all these people that say Donald Trump, I love Donald Trump, all these foreigners, and they got papers. Shit, you can get drafted. They ain't finna get drafted for America. They gonna go right back to where the fuck they was from. You know, because if you got them papers, you don't think 47 that used to be 45 You think he not gonna draft they motherfucking ass? Of course he is. You know? Now you're an Asian American. You're a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like to do stuff like that. Like, oh, okay, now you know, he's gonna add the American on to what he's classified you as. You know? A lot of, you know what I'm saying, man? A lot of those people gonna get drafted. You know? And to escape that draft, where they gonna go? To their own country? And hide out and blend in? You know? Let's go to, we'll close out. Point been made. Let's go to Revelation 6. Probably one of my favorite scriptures going into the middle. 13. No, 14. No, I'll read 13. Revelation 6:13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs. Right. Okay, the stars from heaven. All right. You remember the ICBM missile video? All right. Only thing you saw was little bright little dots, like a star. Or if you've ever seen a chariot outside, like a chariot outside, you know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like a little white dot in the sky. A little bright little light, you know? But that's gonna be pepper in the sky. Kind of like a concert from the POV of the artist, and he's facing the crowd, and you look into the crowd and you see all these little phone, because everybody got their phone out on record, and you see the dots. That's how it's gonna pepper the sky. This gonna be an auditorium of missiles, man. You know, it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be like that, man. 200,000. All right. You know what 200,000? That's 200 million. How many states is it? What, 50? So that's 40,000 ICBM missiles per state. 40, as it should. 40,000. Look at what America do. And they want to lie to your ass and try to gaslight you like you still the greatest of this and that. Like, man, you the biggest crooks. I can tell from your look, your daddy was a crook, Esau. I can tell from your hair, your daddy was a bear. Anyway, verse 14, second half. It say, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs. And that's going into the mushroom cloud. All right. Because a fig tree, the silhouette of a fig tree looked like a mushroom cloud if you set both of the silhouettes right next to each other. You know. And when the fig tree is ripe, the figs fall down simultaneously. And that's how the missiles going to be dropping, like you seen in that video. And it's going to be way more than that. That was just something, man, it's going to be way more than that. The Lord finna throw the kitchen sink at this motherfucker. That was light work. You know what I'm saying? That little AI, little missile video. That's probably something that probably another nation would do, and they'll go to the table and negotiate, and then you'll probably do the same thing over there to their land, go back to the table and negotiate, and then eventually boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you, the Lord telling you. When she is shaken of a mighty wind, and you seen the mighty wind with everything, you know, I'm talking about it was complete, like sweeping, you know, for lack of better words, sweeping. Literally, like a street sweeper of fire, you know? And it's gonna be earthquakes. It's gonna be tsunamis. You know, and they ain't gonna be like them little regular earthquakes that you be seeing over there in China and on the videos. Like, nah, it's gonna be like some old day after tomorrow type shit with like the damn street crack and you know, it separate and you know, you got 100 feet from you and your loved one. You on one end and she on the other end. With a big ass, you know, tectonic plate cracked, you know, in the middle of y'all and separated the damn earth. Now you 100 feet from her. It's gonna be like that. You know? It ain't gonna be no play. None of that play, that little light work shit, that old watered down shit that Esau done drilled in your head about watering down everything and sugarcoating everything. Nah, it ain't gonna be none of it. It ain't gonna be sugar coated. See, Yahweh Shema Shah gonna give it to you straight, no chasing. You know? And Yahweh Shema Shah playing chess and not checkers. You know? Every move that they doing is strategic by making prophecy move forward. They playing chess, not checkers. You know? And everything is lining up to the missiles dropping on Babylon the Great, man. All right. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. Right, complete desolation. You know, it ain't gonna be nothing else here in Babylon the Great. You ain't gonna know where Alabama started and where it ended. And that's everywhere. Everywhere in Babylon the Great, which is America. You know? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. We on the next one. Abaratazah. Shalom.